this is going to be a lot of fun, interesting, and I don't even know how to start. So I already took the lid off because it's a bitch and a half. So
we modified one of these small buckets, the first class, and put a spigot on it. So this, as an example, we were talking about a bottling bucket that's devoted. This would be one that, you know, we're talking about being a devoted bottling bucket. It's got the spigot on it.
They can't see the spigot. The spigot's over here.
So while you guys are sitting there and we're getting the bottles out, that's a Flanders Red Sour. That it's was put into bourbon barrel after another beer had been in there. So it's more of a traditional Flanders beer, and it's got multiple different species of bacteria in with yeast. This is what Bach, one of the Bach beers. So the Homebrewers Club here is called Bach, which their meeting is tomorrow night at Ethereal, right? Are we at Ethereal?
Yes.
Yes.
And there's a card in everyone's kit.
So it's a relatively inexpensive membership. We get together once a month. We've been doing taste assessments, for example, where we've been spiking Sierra Nevada Pale Ale with off flavors to try and teach the club members some of the different off flavors that you may find in beers, like butterscotch and those types of things. We do some events, like we'll have a Christmas exchange, kind of a white elephant Christmas exchange in December. We get together for an Oktoberfest. We have a Thanksgiving event. We also do some homebrew events, like the March Madness that I was talking about. We call it Mash Madness. So there's a bracket, and you can sign up, and it's like $15, and then the winner gets a nice little prize at the end. So we know what that prize is going to be? No. But it's also a great learning experience. We bring in home brews, and people get to taste other people's home brews, and then it's really made to facilitate the education of home brewing. And so there's a lot of exchange going on. A lot of the local breweries were members of Bach at one time, and so they've gone on to be brewers at other places. So Dirk, who's the former president of Bach, is here brewing. Steve Beagle at Country Boy was in Bach. John Spicer at Rock House, Bach. Scott Hand, who passed away unfortunately, used to brew at I'm drawing a blank in at Louisville.
Money.
Yeah, Monic. So anyways, there's a lot of expertise in the club as well. Way beyond the meeting.
And the meetings are fun.
The meetings are a good time. They're
And they go to
blast.
places that have good food.
And we go to places that have good food and beer. We'll rotate around the breweries. So Blue Stallion, Versailles Brewing, West Six, Ethereal, etc. They also just did a event with Weisberg for cider. So Weisberg supplied ciders, and so there's going to be a cider competition. And then usually the way that works is we share the recipes with them. If it's something that they really like, then they may invite you in to make a batch of that with them.
all right, so I think we should have everybody sanitize their own bottle. I don't know how to do that with all of us. Or if we just want a couple volunteers. Who wants to come up here and clean some shit?
One can't do everything.
Who hasn't worked yet?
Yeah, who hasn't done some?
Come on up, Jonathan, and whoever else. Britton, I don't think you've been up there yet.
Jerry, what have you done?
Brett.
All right, what I want, these might need some more room. All right, what I want everybody to do is just grab their beer bottle, dunk it in here for about 30 seconds, maybe 20 seconds because that's a lot of time.
A couple?
Sure, do a couple. We need to get at least 10 done.
When you get done, it's a very mild acid, but I always go and rinse my hands when you're done. So the sink's back there. So when you get done, Brett, head back to the sink and just rinse your hands.
Turn that water on.
Now, see if he does the trick. Oh, we gotta get the TikTok for him to watch that. Y'all know the sink? Yeah.
Get the vortex?
Get the vortex.
I don't think I've
What
seen
the hell are they talking about?
That's how you guzzle a beer. You get the vortex going on.
So where do they set the bottles?
Just
Where do you want the bottles?
that's a great question. Anywhere we have room, we can set them here. That's a great question.
What's the difference between the extract and the malt?
Does it matter if the top of that's clean?
So the
Yes, the
extract
bottom,
has
they're fine.
already gone through the process of converting and pulling the starch.
Let him rinse his hands right there.
So it's basically
Right here.
it takes about an hour to convert the.
There we go. Shit, I guess.
And it stops right there. So with the grain, you gotta use more grain because you've got
You have the
other
carb things?
components there.
Yeah.
But you can control the temperature at which you mash, so that will influence the body. If you
Don't mind me.
mash really light, like a low temperature, like at 145 or 150, it'll be a really light body beer. If you mash at a higher temperature, like 152, 155, 156, you get more complex sugars that don't break down because of the alpha
And there's the sink.
So you end up with a heavier body. And more sweetness that will come through. So like a stout is usually gonna be, unless it's a dry stout, like a oatmeal stout or a sweet stout, you're gonna go up in that 155, 156 range. Get that sweetness to come through in a bigger body, more mouthfeel type beer.
Okay. So using the extract, you can get that mashing phase.
Yep, that's exactly what you get that hour-long mash.
What do you mean by mash?
So when
The thing
we,
that
when we
didn't matter.
take the grains, so when we do a 201 class, that's what we'll teach. You go in and you take that grain and it's gone through a mill and it cracks it open. Then you mix it with water. It's about, takes about an hour for that enzyme that's in the grain itself. There's amylase in the grain itself that will convert the starch molecules into simple sugars. Yeast can't ferment starch. They can only ferment simple sugars. So the amylases that are in the grain have to set for about 45 minutes to an hour to convert that starch to simple sugars that the yeast can then take. So that process is called the fermentation.
Okay. Is that different from letting the dried seed sprout and then using that?
So that, yes. So in that process, when you're putting in fresh barley, you're gonna put it in and soak it in water, and then you're gonna let it sprout for like 5 to 7 days